meaning Sili in art, is an artist that identifies himself as a citizen of the world, that by coincidence was born in the island of Bali. Everyone who lives here or even stayed in Bali for a short while will come across with his murals. His interest and engagement in street art goes back to the year 2000, and as time progressed, he also began to create indoor works. His narrative is constructed around a criticism towards modern Bali, the exploitation of resources by the tourism industry, and consequent absurdity. Selinat uses old Balinese photos captured during the colonial era that was once used to sell a tropical paradise idea. He then redefined its meaning by bringing a contemporary narrative into it, a dystopia difficult to ignore. For his indoor works, he uses more environmental-friendly materials, such as charcoal and pigment color from tobacco extract, both used as a substitute for chemical paint. He also recycles materials and uses them in his work, such as used furniture wood, iron, glass, and other painting media. Selinat throughout the years participated in several art exhibitions, both solo and collective ones. Domestic exhibitions were held in Yogyakarta, Jakarta, West Java, Sumba, and Lombok. International ones were held in New Zealand, Australia, Germany, and the United States. So we are here today with Selinat. We are in his shop, and it's a big honor for us to be here, to see his work firsthand, and also to know the artist. And this is all about knowing the artist, a little bit about you, Selinat. And as we were speaking before, we were very interested in knowing the first moment. When was the moment that you felt the need to express yourself through art? When was that sparkle?
Hello, I'm Selinat. I'm born in Bali, doing something as a Balinese. But I'm part of the universe, so I'm not a local artist, I'm an artist only. Like to do art when I think it was garden, because here there is the way of Ngaben, so close to the street. So we and I and some of the kids always to see that. And that time usually I draw that kind of what we call it wadah, the place to carrying the dead body. We draw that one and everything about that. And we do ogoh-ogoh and something.
That was the first time. How old were you? Like 6? Something
yeah,
like
kind of
that?
like 6, I think.
6?
Yeah, when I was 6.
Around 6?
Yeah. And then also when I already in high school.
The high school?
After kindergarten.
Oh, the preschool?
Yeah, preschool, yeah. Preschool, yes. And then my family take me to the competition for the kids drawing. And then in that time, before the competition, we went to the exhibition. But in that time, I don't know what is at the exhibition is. I just passed some place, and then there is a lot of painting. It was a comic, more comic, yes. And then it's about. Now I know it's about when the Tanah Lot,
yes,
the place Tanah Lot, when it's starting to building, yeah. In that time, so they make it was the painting. It was a dragon like that. It going to eat the
temple.
And then I draw that one in the competition, and then it's win. So I think like 9 or 10 something, yeah.
But that's interesting what you're saying, because when you mentioned that you didn't know why you win the competition, so it was missing still the confidence, and that brings me to another question to you. When did you, because one thing is you draw for you as a kid, as a playful way. Another thing is you look at your art and you think, wow, this is good. I need to share this with the world. And because you started, but you still didn't build the confidence, when that moment of confidence?
I think now it's still asking also, like, it's not always in confidence. Depend, I mean, like, usually like this. Yeah, people asking and then to showing art in the public space or something. It's always, I have to be ready. That's.
So it's still a process for you?
Yeah, it's still a process.
Oh,
Yeah.
So now we are at your shop. It's obviously a way where you can expose and open your art to the public, so everybody can come here at your shop. So this is a way for you also to make a living, yeah? Because you are full-time artists, right?
Yeah.
How did you organize yourself to be a full-time artist? Because it's never easy to make a living out of being an artist.
I trying to make a merchandise. Yeah, I make a T-shirt from my artwork. So the artwork like this one, it's the design is come from the mural when I did in the Tangi Festival a few months ago, and then I take a picture and make a merchandise. And also from the painting, and also I make a sketchbook anti-boring. I make a little book, like a notebook, sketchbook, some everything. It's called book anti-boring, so it's a lot of color. So I hope it's make a different feeling every color, and then killing the boring. And then
but you have to build up all of this. It was not easy on the beginning.
Yeah. And also, merchandising. And I'm lucky. My house is close to the street, and also I put my merchandise in some place. Consignasi, like in Canggu and consignment, and also in some store, in art store, and also in the media for art. And also
How do you say, would you say that, because you do a lot of murals, do you say, would you identify yourself at this present moment as a street artist, or it already changed?
Now it's because of time, I think. I like to do art, but when I go to the public, I need to more time. So before, when I don't have family yet, just myself, and then I can go I don't have to think about time and when and whatever. I just have a pen, brush, or what you call a roll. I can go to the street. But now I need to
Now you need to adjust your time a bit more.
And now, mostly, when there is event, I do a mural on the street. When like an event in fight or something, like the time is exact, like this date until this date or that time or so.
Do you love it? That's what you like most?
Between public art, like indoor art, I do in the studio and the public. It's have a different value, different feeling and different emotion, I think. When I do in the street, it's also interesting. Mostly with paste. With paste is like paper, painting and cut it and then glue it in the street. It's usually without permission. It's feel like really
rush,
rush and worry and everything. That is the first time, and then sometime pecalang take and then talk. And also interesting when I do mural, when do permission. It's interesting also when the owner
they hire you to do the
no, not commission. I just do mural on the street.
No, but when somebody asks you to do and ask, okay, I want you to do a mural.
Also. This is when it's not commission. When I pass some street and then I want to do mural here. This is good place, like a intersection or something. It will really public will see. And I usually ask the owner of the wall. Usually they ask, this is for what do you call it? Iklan. iklan sponsor or from a cigarette or something, and I explain it's not cigarette from
It's
something.
just
This is art, and also some of them will tell you like, no, your art is also advertisement. That is your art. Like that's true. Like really interesting.
Maybe they want to make
Yeah. So and also when I ask them like why, and also they have some advertisement has been there in their wall, and then the advertisement said they gonna pay them like every month,
I see.
and then just they pay them just 1 month, and then next no. So this way
So there's this
they do that to me.
waiting.
So and then I bring them the design and everything.
You need to explain.
Yeah, I want to do this. I will bring a painting, bring everything. No, it's always no. And then, and that time she sell fish, and then I draw fish, and then with my painting. How about like this? So we each other.
So there's a bit of a negotiation.
Yeah, and that is interesting part from the public. I think like we need everyone need be there.
But that's beautiful because it's also part of the composition of your art. The result is also part of the people that surround you.
Yeah. That is the dialogue. That is the, I think, the what you call the respect. I think so. That part of the public art. And if in indoor art, we can be really ego, whatever.
Yeah, can do whatever. Yeah, just let the beast come out.
Then hoping it should.
So, Selena, tell me, because it's okay. We understood a bit about where you are at this moment. So you do the street art. You also do indoor art. You are obviously very sometimes even controversial, because it's provocative art, and this is a response to, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, from what you see. What you see and what you feel like, okay, this is really wrong, and then you take it, we reinterpret it and put into your art. So this is Slinat now. Where do you see yourself in the future? What type of artist do you think you will evolve or become?
I don't know when is the future. I mean, like tomorrow or when I how old like that. Sometimes I feel like maybe until now, when I old, I think I don't want to not controversial. Maybe I use the way more
soft,
relax, because I want to live relaxed. So I need something like more. People can understand. People can feel. People can see what is the point, but I don't want like really, kind of like.
You don't want to be as provocative, maybe, or maybe.
Maybe.
Because also it's sometimes it's not about you; it's also about the others, how they understand it.
Like sharing.
Yeah.
I need sharing.
Yes.
I don't want confront.
Of course. So behind you, we have 3 amazing pieces of art that I think they represent the Slinat now, a little bit where you are at this moment. Can you tell us a bit about these pieces that you have, the composition, the technique? What inspired you to do that?
Colonial photo, old photo Bali. I mean, like the photo taken from colonial time, and also this photo for me, this photo is represented about when the tourism in Bali started, and also started from that time when the colonial time. And from that time, I try to the deconstruction.
Yes.
To start the story is different. So that's why I put a gas mask. I put gas mask to see The exotic, to make the exotic is backward, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I put to crest the exotic, the image of exotic, the image of
Melt
calm,
the
yeah,
exotic.
yeah. So I put the gas mask, and also the behind of this I put like, if we can see closer, this is a traffic, motorbike, something. This is about beach chair.
Beach chair.
Yeah, beach
Yes.
chair. Yeah. There is a lot of private beach now in Bali, and that's also about the traffic also, and yeah.
So this is what you see that kind of jeopardize that idea of paradise.
Yeah.
Era.
It's more. If I take from the one of writer in Bali, it's called. His name is Degung Santikarma. He usually wrote about behind of exotic. I mean, like, yeah, what is behind of exotic? Exotic is like that, and then what is behind?
What is a true story?
Yeah, like behind of.
Well,
Tourism agenda.
that's
Yeah.
for sure that you are very straightforward, and you really put into your paintings a lot of the reality, and buying a ticket to Bali is, maybe people have this idea, but Bali is not just the postcard picture. There's so much, and there's also the need to express this, and I think you do it very well, because it opens the eyes for people, because we are all part of this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.